What's up, everybody? My name is Shannon, and I am still waiting for my Satyr, and today we are talking about the first book in the Heroes of Olympus series, The Lost Hero by Rick Riordan. So I actually haven't reread this series in a really long time, and to be perfectly honest, I think I've only read it one time through. I can't really tell you why that is, because I do really enjoy the Heroes of Olympus, and it all, of course, gets started with The Lost Hero. So it actually hasn't been that long since the end of the Percy Jackson series. And lo and behold, of course, the next great prophecy is already upon us. And this book opens up with an entirely new cast of characters. We are focused on three new half-bloods. We have Jason, Piper, and Leo. And Jason has no memory of anything. He just wakes up on the school bus. These kids say that they're his friends. They get attacked by these storm spirits. And then this girl shows up who is Annabeth. And it's like, I'm looking for my boyfriend. Where the heck is Percy Jackson? So, you kind of get like thrust right into it right off the bat. And I really like where the series is going, and I like what The Lost Hero is setting up, because we are going into this great prophecy. We are going into having to unite these two sides, and we didn't even know that there were two sides, and that's what this book is trying to introduce. There was some exchange that was going on. Something's going on with the gods. Hera has gone missing. The gods have gone silent, and it's up to our new heroes to try to figure out what's going on and to kick off this new journey. And I really love our new characters. I've always loved Leo. He is absolutely hilarious. He's a child of Hephaestus, and he is just a precious baby boy, and I've always loved him. And in this book, like reading it again, I actually got a really new appreciation for Piper. I started to like her more when I was reading the Trials of Apollo, but in this, getting to see her beginning, as she is a child of Aphrodite, and how they kind of get a bad rep for being like the mean girls. I have started watching Gossip Girl. It is very Gossip Girl. It's interesting to see this different take on a child of Aphrodite and to see this journey that Piper is going on. I do feel like she doesn't get as much credit or as much attention as she probably should get. There is a lot of love focused in on her side of the story more than anything else, and there is a lot of cattiness that goes on there with it. But I do know where her story ends up, and it's interesting to go back and see this beginning, because it gives me like a fresh pair of eyes looking at it, and I have found this new appreciation for where she's going. And of course, we have our golden boy Jason, who is Superman himself. And again, it's interesting to go back and look at where he started, knowing where he ends up and knowing this internal journey that he's going to go on. So I'm excited to be able to watch this a little bit more closely and look for those details just a little bit more, to see those internal journeys and adventures that all of our characters are going to go on by the end of this series. So I do really like The Lost Hero, but I will say it's not my favorite, and that's because the pacing is very weird. It's really long. It's like 550 pages, which is very long for a middle grade book, and that's because it's told from three perspectives, but he's basically telling one story just three different ways instead of telling one continuous story. So whenever we switch perspectives, there is a lot of when we did this thing and then we explained all of this, and then it moves on. So it takes 150 pages for us to even get anywhere, because we have to establish all three of these characters in very different and individual ways, which by the end of the series, I think Rick Riordan does finally get in the groove of, but it is a little jarring in the first book. Even by the end of the book, it's fine, but I did find myself about halfway through, I'm like, this is a lot of repetition going on here. So because of that, I am giving this book an A-. I still really love it. I highly recommend it if you haven't read the Heroes of Olympus series. I'm doing my best not to talk about things that happen later, because I've read the series and I've read the Trials of Apollo, so I know what happens to all of these characters. But I really liked it. I'm very excited to be rereading the series and finally talking about it on the channel. But thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked it, be sure to hit that like button down below, and don't forget to subscribe so you can talk books with me every week. That is everything got for today, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!